Welcome back to the Casuals podcast with Nick and Gbaby.
Yes, sir. Come on.
We finished up the AFC with the last episode. Moving on to the NFC, starting off with NFC East. Before we jump into that, got some quick updates here. They're going to be old news by the time this comes out, but thought we'd just throw them in there. Raiders release Kenyon Drake.
That's a surprising one to me. I'm not going to lie.
I know. I didn't think he was that bad.
I didn't think he was either.
I thought he was clear number 2, but
I thought it was going to be committee with him and Josh Jacobs. Yeah,
right. Who do you think could sign him? Who needs a running back? I think he's a lock to get picked up pretty quickly.
The Eagles, maybe?
I haven't even thought. I just kind of said that without thinking about all the teams that need running backs. But yeah, Eagles.
I mean, the way the Dolphins are going with their running backs, they might pick him up.
Shoot, yeah, Dolphins, give me 4, 5, 6 of them. Yeah. Panthers need Baker as the starter. Gavin, your beloved Panthers, how do you feel about that?
I like it. I don't think it makes him any better, though.
Big Week 1 Browns revenge game. Matt Corral, though, season-ending injury.
That's probably the best thing for him, though. Because there's no pressure on him to play because he's injured now. I was about to say, yeah. So he literally just gets to sit there and watch.
I definitely would have started every game, but I'm hurt. Can't. Tyquan Thornton for the Patriots. He's out for 8 weeks. Collarbone or something, shoulder or something. Kayvon Thibodeau out 3 to 4 weeks. MCL sprain. Did you see the video? I saw the video going around Twitter. Like whoever, I think they were playing the Bengals, just went right for his knees.
Yeah, that sucks.
Bent his knee sideways. That does suck. Ravens signed DeMarcus Robinson after the Raiders cut him. That was another surprise by the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders, they're moving kind of crazy.
I know. I would not expect either of those, but oh wow, Ravens always need receivers.
Yeah, they need more.
Chase Young on the PUP list, out 4 games. I didn't look.
That's a big hit for them, but he didn't have that good of a year last year. So
yeah, he didn't. I was hoping he comes back strong. I mean,
yeah,
I think he will be. But
you would think. I mean, obviously he helps. They were supposed to have a good defense last year. That didn't happen.
And Jesse Bates signed his franchise tag, and he returned to the team today.
That I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that one.
Yeah,
because he definitely should be paid, but I want to see him play. So,
where do you put him? Like, where would you sign him? Like, what's your contract deal for him?
I'd give him
the Bengals.
Going off of Minka and Derwin's deal, I'd give him probably 18 a year.
I was thinking like 17.50, that range. Anyway, like 16 to 18. I don't think he's Minka level, but I don't think he's as bad as some of those dudes on the list that are pushing like 15 to 16.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's better than Jamal Adams, and Jamal Adams is making like 17. So that's why I just put him at 18. 18, and he's only 24.
Yeah, that is true. If he's signing for a couple years, that would be a good deal. But you want to hop into it or what?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right,
we got the football team up first. Or
got the Commanders. Commanders, yeah.
That's the that's the first thing I want to say. They had a whole year under the football team to come up with a good name, and they came up with the Commanders.
I know. They had some other good ones. What was it? The
Warriors is the one I remember.
I like the Red Hogs. I think the Hogs or something.
Get like them boys. Get the hogs on them. Be like, yeah, we come with a hog you.
Yeah, big meaty guys up front. I got them. I'm not high on them. Let's start off hot with the Carson Wentz slander. Not a Carson Wentz guy at all. 5-12. I got them.
I have them here at 4-13.
Well, who do you have them? Where are your wins at?
So week 1 against the Jaguars.
Ooh, that's a loss for me.
I have them then winning week 11 against the Texans. Week 12 against the Falcons. Week 15 against the Giants. There was a couple toss-ups in there. Like, I think they can beat the Bears. I don't think they will. I think that's one of those ones you just kind of you don't pay attention to when it happens.
Right, yeah.
The Lions, people are going to say, the Lions could be a toss-up. I like the Lions. I'm pretty high on the Lions. I think the Lions are going to have a decent year, so I said that was a loss. Other than that, I feel like most games, they play Dallas twice, they play Philly twice. They play the Browns, Deshaun's going to be back. They play the Niners. They play the Vikings, the Colts, the Packers, the Titans. I don't think any of those, I think all those are pretty one-sided.
Yeah. I have them losing to the Jags week 1. I have them beating the Lions week 2, and I have them, I don't know, I say I'm not high on it, but I have them splitting with the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Really?
I think my only wins for them are splits between all division and Texans and Lions, I guess. But
that's surprising that you have the Bears. You have the Bears beating them. I do too, but to me, I know you're not a big Bears guy at all.
I mean, I did it one because it's at Chicago Thursday Night Football, and because I was looking at the Bears schedule and I got 2 or 3 wins for them. So I don't think they're gonna win just one game. I think they're definitely gonna win more than one game. So that's just how it worked out. But people were saying they had a bad draft though.
The Commanders?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I know they had Jahan Dotson
from Penn State and Brian Robinson from Bama. I might be missing some. That's just 2 that stood out to me.
I think those are good picks.
Looking at them now, they didn't do that bad in preseason, especially Brian Robinson taking over the starting role. Yeah, he pushed Gibson to the punt returners. He's returning punts and kicks now. But yeah, I'm not huge on Wentz. I don't think he's the guy. I think he's one of those guys that you add to your team because you have a third stringer starting like Taylor Heineke. I like Carson Wentz. I'm not gonna lie. Really,
I like Carson Wentz. He take away his injury in 2017, the year they won the Super Bowl. 2018. Take away the injury, he wins MVP.
Oh yeah, no, he went off.
And then think about it, if he doesn't get hurt, he plays in the playoffs. Could be Super Bowl MVP.
That is true. He did go off. I'll give that to him. But ever since then, it's just I don't know. Every team he's what is it? Colts.
I feel like he didn't do that bad on the Colts, but I feel like he gets a lot of slander because they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, he didn't do. Stats wise, he didn't. It was like a Kirk Cousins thing. Stat wise, he didn't do that bad. But they were pushing him out the door. It was bad. They wanted him going.
I think
towards the end of the year.
Obviously the Colts got better with Matty Ice, but I think if you give Carson Wentz another year with the Colts, I think they make the playoffs this year.
They were a game away against the Jags that were just a dumpster fire. But
yeah, that was a bad game.
They had a lot of front office drama. Do you think that affects how they play on the field? I think it's kind of died down recently, but
yeah,
it was pretty bad a couple weeks ago before preseason started.
No, I don't think that has anything to do with the players. Me personally,
I don't think so either. I just know sometimes a lot of outside noise coming in.
Yeah,
could rattle.
Well, I think they're going to be bad regardless, so I don't think it matters.
We were talking earlier with the defense, Chase Young being out.
I have no expectation for that defense.
Really?
I don't know. I have no idea what to expect.
Okay, I thought they were no, bad. I was yeah. I hope they, because they were elite, and then they were just took off the grid.
Yeah, they were. What was that? 2 years ago when they made the wild card and almost beat the Bucks.
Yeah, that was a good defense, and they kept the same exact dudes and just fell off.
Yeah, they were supposed to have a top 5 defense and had a worst 5 defense.
I know. Yeah, defense. Yeah. So hopefully they can come back. I don't know, but I think Chase Young is a huge part of that defense, whether that'll be good or not.
Yeah, I think he's definitely the best defensive player.
I think he has.
You have
a lot of potential.
Landon Collins, who I like, but I think those are their 2 best defensive players.
Yeah, their secondary really struggled last year, but.
And I think a problem they're going to have is with having that bad defense, you're putting a lot of pressure on your offense. And there's already so much built up pressure on Wentz. And Terry just got an extension, so you expect him to play good.
I like him though. I think he'll be really good.
I
think he'll go off.
Do you think Terry McLaurin is quarterback proof?
Yes. 100%.
I would have to agree. I mean, you see, he's what? So he's got Wentz this year. I saw a video. Who was he doing an interview with? He was doing an interview with someone, but they had him name. It might have been.
It was.
It was Pardon My Take.
Yeah, I was watching that. Yeah.
He named every quarterback he's caught a pass from, and there are some bad ones on there. Like some bad.
I know,
ones.
and he still shows that he's worth that big contract with those trash quarterbacks. Because I'm not huge on Carson Wentz, but he is definitely the best quarterback he's played with.
Yeah, definitely by far.
But maybe not, because in you hear the stuff coming out on camp with Carson Wentz. So somebody said, it was a tweet. They were explaining it. It was like, supposedly like the warm ups in like football practice, like NFL wise.
Mm-hmm.
They do like little 5-yard outs, slants, like whatever, like little short, easy completions, just to like kind of get warm.
Yeah.
And like Carson Wentz couldn't hit any of them. He was missing like up, down, left, right.
Oh.
And supposedly it was only a known thing because like it got so bad that Ron Rivera had to speak on it in an interview.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He got asked about it in an interview. He had to like publicly talk about it.
That's really bad.
But I don't know. It doesn't really surprise me. But I don't hate Carson Wentz as much as I hate some other quarterbacks. But
I don't know. You talk like you hate Carson Wentz.
I don't know. I'll give him. He's got to prove me different. He's got to prove me wrong.
I think. What do you think? You think he has a good year this year?
I don't know. I think Indianapolis was his like best scenario wise. I mean, you had a great run game. You had a great offensive line. You had average to above average defense. Mm-hmm. Like you had a pretty good defense.
Yeah.
And then you missed the playoffs. Like because now like the defense is a question mark. The running game is definitely a question mark. I mean, you get a big boost in Terry, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think he'll take a step back from last year, which is going to be a bad year for any quarterback.
Yeah,
but I think Terry helps.
Definitely, he definitely.
I think
helps.
Dotson will be good.
Yeah,
they have Logan Thomas, who I like. I'm high on Logan Thomas
too. Yeah,
and even though your run game is iffy, you have Antonio Gibson who can catch passes. You have J.D. McKissick who can catch passes. Robinson, I don't know if he can catch passes. I'm assuming he can.
Probably, but I heard he's kind of like maybe like sort of like a power back, but he like doesn't fumble.
Supposedly. Okay.
That's probably why they like him better than Antonio Gibson, because he oils up his fingers before he touches the ball. Do you think Sam Howell starts or makes an appearance? Not from a Wentz injury, from Wentz bad performance.
No.
Do you think Taylor Heineke gets the shot before Howell?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Has to. Just the history that Rivera and Heineke have together. They were in Carolina together. Brought him into Washington. Almost won a playoff game against Brady. I think Heineke kind of deserves that.
Yeah.
That backup role.
It would be kind of fun to see Sam Howell play, but I kind of agree with you on that. I think Heineke gets.
Oh yeah.
What do you have? Do you have a ceiling and floor for them? What's your ceiling?
I mean, 6 wins, 7 wins. It depends on. I don't know. To me, it depends on you look. Any ceiling for me depends on who's in that division. They're top 2 heavy in the division for sure. So it depends on, can you beat both games against the Giants, which personally I don't see them. I think they could. I don't think they will.
Yeah.
And I don't see them. Now, notoriously, the Eagles are known for playing terrible in their division.
Yeah.
So they definitely can sneak one against the Eagles. I don't think the Cowboys, I feel like, are always good in the division. So I don't think. So I think possibly 6 or 7 wins as a ceiling.
Yeah, I guess around the same, that like 6 to 8 range. I don't think, like you said, they're 2-team top heavy in that division.
Yeah.
I don't think they touch the 1 or 2, but I think they could be sort of some surprise team that like second place team will run for its money. Like you think about the second team in that division, and then with that you bring up the Commanders, and you're like, they're not that far behind.
Now, I want to ask you this question: do you think, as a ceiling, do you think they have a chance of making the wild card? No, not even close.
No,
I can respect that. I don't think they do either. I just figured I'd bring it up because you look at the AFC and it's like each team from the West can make it, 2 teams from the North can make it, or 3 teams from the North can make it,
right.
2 teams from the East, all 4 from the West. Like I said, 2 teams from the South can make it. Like, they're the AFC stacked. The NFC, I feel like, is a little more open for the wild card, in my opinion.
It definitely is. I'd have to pull up. I mean, you have it there.
Yeah, I got it right here.
I mean, just thinking off the top of my head,
if we're
there's
going,
at least 3 in the NFC West, right?
Yeah.
And probably 2 in the NFC East. What's the North?
Green Bay,
probably
Minnesota.
Like 2 in the North, and like
that would leave 1 in the South, which is the Bucks.
1 in the South, yeah.
And then if you're Washington,
or the Saints,
if you're Washington looking to get a playoff spot, you have to beat out the Niners, you have to beat out the Cardinals, you have to beat out the Saints, you have to beat out the Vikings.
No, I like the Vikings this year.
You have to beat out one of the Cowboys or the Eagles.
I don't know. I think if you're going to do it, it's got to come in division.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
It's got to be, you got to take advantage of the Eagles' struggles in division, or you got to take advantage of the Cowboys, take advantage of one of them having an all game against you and take advantage of one or both. I don't know. I don't see it happening even at their ceiling.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I just figured I'd throw it out there, see the opinion.
Unless that defense just flips a switch. I don't know.
If they come out and have a defense like they were supposed to last year, there's a chance, because that takes off so much pressure on the offense.
If the defense plays how they're supposed to, Wentz just plays average. Doesn't do anything special. Just a functional quarterback out there.
Yeah.
With Terry McLaurin already QB proof, and a half decent run game, half decent O-line.
Yeah,
I think defense is looking at it now, that defense is huge factor. My floor for them is straight to the point. Wentz is trash. Wentz is trash. Defensive struggles. Ron Rivera hot seat ? Rivera hot seat. If they like third, fourth in division, no playoffs.
No. I mean, it depends. I mean, it's all subjective. Like, it all depends on what they think they can do. Me personally, I don't think Rivera's on the hot seat, just because I don't feel like there's an enormous amount of pressure for them to make the playoffs.
That's true. I mean, I guess he did take him to the playoffs though.
Yeah.
That 1 year. Couple years. I mean, I think like 2-3 years down the line, if he's still like this.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. That was a question I wanted to throw out there, but
I mean, it could happen. I'm just saying, what? It's only his second year with the team, right? Last year was his first full season, or I could be wrong.
No, that Heineke year was
his first year.
Because Heineke came in.
Yeah, you're right. It's his third year.
Yeah, and then Heineke's first full year was last year, and now they got Wentz.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I mean, I love Ron Rivera as a coach. I just feel like he's one of those like cool dudes.
Cam won an MVP under him. Panthers went to the Super Bowl.
There you go. Wentz MVP. You heard it here. Heard it here first. Wentz MVP. Gbaby's take.
That's not what I said. Hell no.
That's all I got for the Commanders. I got last year Giants went 4-13.
They went 4-13 last year. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm surprised.
I know. I was like, what do you mean?
That's kind of given.
Yeah, I got them doing the same exact thing.
I have them 3-14.
Oh shit. Who are your wins?
I have them beating Seattle, Houston off the bye, and then they split with the Commanders.
Yes. I have them beating the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
I have the same with the Texans after the bye. I have them splitting with the Commanders. I'm splitting with the Eagles. Part of me thinks that because the Eagles game is week 18, and we were talking like off camera, or maybe it was a couple days ago or something. You said like one of those like week 18 games that are like Eagles. Week 18 Eagles should have some sort of playoff locked in, whether it's division or wild card. So I'm thinking, part of me is thinking that.
Yeah. That's the problem with trying to predict. It's like you don't know. It's like, because looking here, it's like week 16 against the Vikings. That should be a game where the Vikings are still playing for a playoff spot. But if the Packers come out and are terrible and they have that division locked up, what's the point in playing?
And even the Colts, I mean, in that bad division, Colts could very easily in week 17 be putting in their backups.
Yeah.
So week 18 for me was a mix of that and I thought they had a pretty good draft, surprisingly.
Yeah, they got exactly what they needed.
Exactly, yeah. Kayvon Thibodeau, edge out of Oregon. I like him. I've seen him on a couple podcasts already, and he seems like a dude, like just down to earth kind of guy. But we just said he got hurt. But not that long, so it's not. It's not gonna. No one's gonna really lose too much sleep over it. Evan Neal,
great pick.
Evan Neal was
great pick.
Big body.
Great pick.
That dude is huge. Oh my gosh, that was a great pick. I really like him. Wan'Dale Robinson, wide receiver from Kentucky. He's been getting a lot of preseason.
I believe it.
Something about like he's running with like first teams already and everything.
That doesn't surprise me. And who knows what to expect from Kadarius Toney.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, who else do they have? They have Sterling Shepard still?
That's it. I don't think so. I thought they. Let me look. I don't think they do though. No. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. Let me see.
Got Matt Breida though, so that's tough.
No, Sterling Shepard is still on the Giants.
Really?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, no, I think what's his name, Wan'Dale Robinson. I think he'll have a better year than Sterling Shepard.
Definitely, yeah. I heard something about they're trying to get him into like kind of like he's in the backfield a lot, like
a Deebo Samuel kind of role.
Yeah. Sweeps.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got Matt Breida. So when Saquon Barkley tears his ACL for the 5th time in 5 years in like week 6, Matt Breida over. They lost a good bit. They lost James Bradbury. That sucks.
To a division rival too. That doesn't help. That doesn't help either.
I wrote down Evan Ingram. Tight end. He went to Jacksonville. Dude,
I don't even know that you can say that, to be honest.
I think we talked about that in the AFC South.
Yeah.
We got on Jacksonville. Like, every reporter is just posting Evan Ingram drops. Someone made a compilation with, like, music and shit behind it of all the drops in the, last year's season. On the Giants.
Probably like a 10-minute video.
It probably is, dude. Oh, my gosh. You gotta get your popcorn for it. They lost Jabril Peppers to the Patriots.
I know.
I'm like stumbling my words. True.
I think that's another loss for them. Definitely. But I mean, that's why you wrote it down, obviously.
But yeah, I like Jabril Peppers.
I also like Jabril Peppers. Yeah. I mean, you got the bias there because you're a Michigan fan, but
I mean, I think.
How can you not like Jabril Peppers? Though?
I know, exactly.
He's such a guy.
Exactly.
Such a guy.
Like, I don't know. He's definitely not what he was supposed to be coming out of college.
Nah.
But I wouldn't definitely not call him a bust either.
Nah.
Somewhere in that in between. Um, yeah. Brian Daboll, first year head coach. I like that a lot.
Offensive coordinator from the Bills, right?
I think he's.
I also like the hire. I was gonna try and make a Joe Judge joke, but I couldn't think of anything quick.
Yo, where is he?
Did he has a job?
Yes, he's calling. He has a job.
Oh no,
dude. No. Oh, is he calling plays? He's calling plays for someone. Please tell me I didn't just pull that out of my ass.
As an offensive assistant for the New England Patriots. He's back under Belichick.
Yes. Yeah.
Another reason they're gonna be ass.
So he still has a job somehow. Yeah, they just wiped everybody out. I think
that doesn't surprise me.
I mean, because they got rid of their like GM and stuff, didn't they?
They starting clean.
I think they are.
Still got Danny Dimes at quarterback though.
Exactly, but I have this written down. So Brian Daboll was there when Josh Allen got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen came in, raw prospect.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell he had some stuff here and there.
Yeah.
You know where this is going. So Brian Daboll came in with Josh Allen, and all of a sudden Josh Allen is this like number one MVP. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So same thing for Danny Dimes right now.
Fuck no.
Why not?
With Josh Allen, there was that raw talent there.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes is just ass.
Dude, he's a runner.
He tripped on his own 2 feet.
I mean, so you don't think Danny Dimes coming in has any of that, like... Okay, obviously he doesn't have the arm or the, like, athletic ability. Okay, he has nothing of Josh Allen. But what, like, do you think he has any other, like... I can't think of it now. Think he has any other, like, talent, like, raw talent that, like...
No.
You could see getting developed?
No.
No?
No. I don't think there's not one thing Daniel Jones excels at. Where I sit there and I go, if I'm game planning for Daniel Jones, I'm not sitting there and be like, oh, you gotta watch out for that. He's really good at that. Like I'd sit here and I go, it's Daniel Jones. You could probably finger your butthole while you play against him. It's still win, honestly.
So not even like the
no,
or like picking up outside blitz.
No, I don't think.
I think that he does that like once a game.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's anything to worry about.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But
honestly, in all honesty, if they had a good team, I'd say they should trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, but they don't have a good team.
Yeah, and I don't think Jimmy G makes them a good team.
Do you think this is the year they kind of sell house and trade Saquon? Because that was rumored at the end of the year. Remember, he was rumored to get traded to the Bills. That would have been insane.
If he comes back, even if he's healthy all year, comes back and just doesn't like do Saquon things.
So you're saying if he comes in and is bad, he'll get traded?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's like
I think it's the other way. I think if he's good, he'll get traded.
Really?
Because I feel like, I mean, in my opinion, it seems like all the Giants want are picks. If he's good, you can trade him for, I mean, a second might be pushing it, but you could probably get a third for him.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you throw in another dude.
And there's always teams that are going to want running backs.
If the only way I see trading is if he does good. Let me just rephrase that whole entire thing.
I was about to say you were about to stutter. I was about to say something. You were about to stutter or something.
I was about to say something really, really dumb. So the only way I see them trading a good Saquon Barkley is if he does good, obviously, and a big name for them has kind of a down year, and they throw them into the trade to get either picks or Like, I thought, off the top of my head, I thought of a good Saquon. Like, Saquon Barkley comes back, does good, and Kenny Galladay does the same exact thing he did last year. Like, those are two bigger named guys that you can throw into a trade and probably get some decent value out of.
I think if they were to trade anyone with Saquon, it'd be Kadarius Toney.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one, because kind of Wan'Dale Robinson seems like the same dude.
And Galladay's on a bigger contract. It'd be harder to trade him.
That is true. I hope Galladay does good.
I mean, I hope he does too.
I like him on the Lions.
I have no problem with the Giants being good.
Me either.
I just don't think it'll happen anytime soon.
Bring back some of that old-timey stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think Saquon looks like? Like, we saying all this Saquon
I
stuff.
don't know.
But what
I
do you
saw
think he actually
apparently a report came out a couple days ago or last week or something like that Saquon's supposed to get a big workload. That's what I saw. Apparently they're planning for him to get a big load.
Pause.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I think it depends how they use him. Because Saquon's not, I mean, he's obviously, I mean, the size of his legs, you'd say he's a power back, but
Yeah, right.
he's shifty. He's out there.
I mean,
I think he's definitely better in open field than he is up the gut. So I think if you can kind of work him around with Kadarius Toney, some reverse sweeps or even like running back screens, and then kind of work Kadarius Toney off of that.
well, do you think he stays healthy all year?
Yeah, I think he's healthy.
I mean, yeah. I hope he stays healthy. I miss like rookie Saquon.
Because I mean, I could be wrong. He did get hurt pretty early last year, but I feel like he had a decent couple games before he got hurt. I could be wrong.
I'm gonna think back.
It was early. I want to say it was like the first 4 or 5 games. But I think there was one game he went off because I think I remember this because I had him on my fantasy football team last year. I think there was one game he had like 20 points in fantasy. So I'm like, hey now. And obviously, if you get points in fantasy, you're obviously good in real life.
Obviously. Who drafted him? Did anyone draft him?
Somebody definitely did.
Joe.
Probably.
You got a ceiling floor for them?
I mean, it's the same as the Commanders. Honestly, I don't think they're better than the Commanders. I think they could finish above the Commanders though. So again, like that 6 to, I don't even want to say 8 range because I feel like 8 might be too high. I feel like 6 to 7.
Yeah, I think their ceiling is like 6. I don't see them as a 7 or 10.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
I mean, Abel can go through with that Danny Dimes transformation. Sky's the limit.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I think they could be one of those teams that's like, they're gonna lose, but they could be fun to watch.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like they're probably gonna lose by like 10 to 15 points, but it's gonna be an enjoyable game if you sit down and watch.
Yeah. It all depends on Saquon and Kadarius Toney though. Because like without those are your two playmakers. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the rookie does. But I think those are the two playmakers. If they're not healthy or if they're not performing, you don't really have anyone else. I mean, Galladay. But Galladay's only good with Danny Dimes. Where Kadarius Toney, I feel like, can get the ball in the backfield and work.
He could be that kind of that. You know how the Chiefs use Tyreek Hill and some of those like screens and like they put him.
Yeah.
I think he'd be good in that. Because if you just get him the ball, even just behind the line of scrimmage, he can just make people miss.
Exactly, yeah. Like Lamar Jackson.
See him rocking that big-ass chain?
Yeah.
Come on, MVP! What are we doing here?
Not paying him, that's what they're doing.
That is true. Dude, that week 1 deadline's coming up.
What, 2 weeks? 1 week? 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're already coming up on week.
What's today?
3.
Today is Tuesday? Today is, for those that are listening, today is Tuesday, August 23rd. you probably won't hear this for another week.
Dude, that's what sucks, because like these updates, like I feel like everything happened today. Like all this shit happened today or yesterday, and as soon as it gets released,
I was about to say, yeah.
Like,
by the time we release this, those headlines, you're gonna forget those headlines even happened.
Well, we'll be a good reminder.
Yeah.
Hey, remember this. There you go. There you go. Keep your mind fresh.
But yeah, week 1 deadline. You think Lamar gets an extension?
Yes. It'd be stupid not to pay that. You don't think they pay him?
He wants. They gave him, the report I saw, they gave him a contract worth more than Kyler Murray's, but he wants a fully guaranteed contract, 100% guaranteed.
Jeez. Okay, that's
which
risky.
is the problem.
That's risky,
which is the problem.
If he was a pocket passer, yes, 100%. Stay in the pocket, do your job, you get all that money. But he runs like a damn running back. I mean, running backs only have like 5-year careers. Shit.
Yeah. Which is why
I know all that. So
yeah, which is why I think he might not get paid. If he can come to, like, I think if they do come into an agreement, it'll be a short-term deal, like a 2-3 year deal.
I don't know. I think you'd be kind of stupid to not pay him, because he definitely will sit out.
I saw he'd play.
Really?
I thought I saw he'd play.
I didn't see anything. That was just me making a prediction.
I could be wrong, but I thought I saw he'd still play, but he wants an extension. I mean, the fact that he's showing up at camp and preseason games, I mean, that's
true. That's true. You wouldn't be doing all that if...
yeah.
Roquan Smith kind of went off.
Yeah?
Just a little bit.
The guy that's not getting traded?
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Bring him to Denver. That's... Oh.
Hey now.
We gotta cut that.
I just put a low...
Oh, shit. That is... Yeah. That doesn't make any sense, because the Denver needs linebackers, and to not go out and get him. I don't know. I don't know all the details, but...
I mean, the fact that he wants to play for Chicago is crazy. Like he said, what did he say? This is a misquote, 100%. But he said, I'm gonna bet on myself just like I do every time, or something like that. Which is crazy, because why would you want to play for the Bears? First of all, put your career on the line and get hurt, and then just not get a good contract. I think even if he gets hurt, he'll get a contract, but it'll be one of those 1 year, $5 million, like, go on, just go out there. Yeah.
Dallas.
This is
your division winner?
Yeah.
I mean, living in Pennsylvania, you're surrounded by Eagles fans.
It's Eagles, or I only see Eagles or Dallas fans. That's really? I mean, there's a little bit of Commanders. I know a couple of Giants fans.
Yeah, I see. I mean, for me, it's mainly. And picking Dallas to win every year, but this year's gonna be different for me. I got them going 10-7. My dad is not gonna like this if he's watching.
Oh, that's whoa! Roger might kick your ass.
I know.
Roger's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, if anyone's got a place for me to stay. Yeah, I got him going 10-7. I still haven't making the playoffs, but as a wild card,
I have them winning the division, going 14-3.
Holy shit!
For me, it all comes down to them being good in the division. The Cowboys are notoriously known for being good in the division. They don't lose in the division. They always beat the Eagles. They always beat I was gonna say Redskins. They always beat the Commanders. They always beat the Giants. Like, they just don't lose in the division.
This is my Ravens for you. Because
look, I don't like the Cowboys. I don't like the Cowboys at all.
But you don't like them, but you got them going 14-3.
It's one of those things. For me, I feel like I have to be realistic about it. They're good in the division, and I think most of these games, I think they could. In regular season wise, they're a very good regular season team. I think they can compete with some of these teams that they play. Like, they play the Bengals week 2. I think I have them winning that game. I think they can win that game.
What do you have weeks 1 and 2, like Bucks Bengals?
I think they lose to the Bucks, but I think they beat the Bengals.
I have them losing both of those.
I still have them losing to the Rams week 5. They lose to the Vikings week 11. Those are my 3 losses, because they have a pretty easy schedule in my opinion. You play the Bucks week 1, the Bengals week 2. Those are 2 of your hardest games first 2 weeks. Going 1-1 I think is reasonable. Going 0-2 I think it's not the end of the world. It's it's 2 tough opponents. But then you play the Giants, the Commanders. There should be 2 easy wins. They play the Rams, which I have them losing. It's in LA. Makes sense. It's the Rams. I have them beating the Eagles. They play the Lions and the Bears. I have them beating. The one I could see them losing is week 10. They play the Packers, but they come off a bye in week 9.
Yeah.
It's in Lambeau, so I guess, you got to take that into effect. But coming off a bye, well rested, they played the Bears the week before, so they pretty much have back-to-back byes. I think that's a game they win. And then week 11, the Vikings, I think that's another game they can compete. I think they lose that, though. I just think I like Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. I like them better than the Cowboys defense, which it could go same way for half of these games. But I feel like the Cowboys have a good offense that can compete with the Packers and the Bengals. And then you play the Giants, that they should win that game. They play the Colts. I think that's one of the games where Dallas's defense is going to look good. I think they're going to look good. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to do what he does, which he'll get his yards. But I think with the weak receiving core, I think Dallas's defense looks good that game. I think that's a win. Texans, they should win that. Jags, they should win that. The Eagles, week 16, that's going to be a big game.
That's going to be a huge game.
That's probably for the division, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I have Dallas winning that.
You have them beating them twice.
Dallas is they're good in the division. I feel like Dallas is one of those, not in the playoffs. In the regular season, they're big game. They're a big game team in the regular season. Yeah. And then the Titans and the Commanders, I think they should win both of those.
Okay, so hearing you just say all of that, and
I didn't mean to go through every team. It kind of just happened, or every game. It kind of just happened.
Hearing you say that and realizing that I just spent the first probably 30 minutes of this episode changing my my record prediction in live time, but just by 1 win. I had them losing.
So you have them 11-6 now.
So I have them 11-6. Still in second place to the Eagles though.
You see,
but still a wild card, so it doesn't change much. I just have them 1 more.
I feel like the only reason the Cowboys are going to win the division is because their schedule is very easy.
They did get the NFC East got blessed to play the.
Yeah,
that's your dream division to play. I have them losing the first 2 weeks. Bucks and Bengals.
Makes sense.
I got them beating the Giants and beating the Commanders. I have them losing to the Rams, and then they're at the Eagles Sunday Night Football, Week 6. I have them losing that.
That's like a home game for them, though.
Shit. Yeah, you try to go into Philly with a Cowboys jersey on when they're playing. Oh my gosh. I have the next 3. Well, there's a bye in there, but the next 3 games win. I do have them beating the Packers at Lambeau. I have the loss to the Vikings. So I have them beating the Giants twice. So there's that. I have them losing to the Colts though.
That one, I don't know. I feel like I can agree with. I don't know if I can agree with that one.
Really?
I don't think so.
I think the Colts. Dallas has either way, but
Dallas has a better offense. Now, okay, obviously, if you look at it on paper, the Colts have a better offense than the Cowboys,
and a better defense.
Or sorry, the Colts have a better defense than the Cowboys. Sorry. The Colts have a better defense than the Cowboys, but the Cowboys have a better offense than the Colts. I think that's one of those games where Dallas's defense does good because I don't think the Colts' offense is that good.
Really?
I like Matty Ice.
I think he's the missing piece.
I don't think he has anyone to throw to, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not huge on Pittman, but I don't know. That offensive line, the running game, I don't know. I think Matty Ice was the missing. I think they better do pretty good.
I think they're gonna win the division, but you only need 10 wins to win that division.
That's true.
I don't
if
think
that.
Yeah, like I don't think that's to me. I don't think the Colts go in there needing a win, especially like because that's week 13. That's gonna be like a pivotal game if they win or lose. I think in that division though for the Colts, I don't think that game will honestly, and I don't think it'll matter.
Well, after that week 13 loss against the Colts, I have them winning out. Wait.
So your six losses are the Bucks, the Bengals, the Rams, the Eagles, the Vikings, and the Colts. That is 6. I can agree with that, except the Colts. I think the Cowboys are.
I think they're the
honestly,
same exact team, bro. But like, I don't know. I like the Colts. I like the Colts in that one for some reason.
I feel like the Cowboys are kind of head and shoulders above the Colts.
Really?
Yeah. I think the only thing I feel like I need to take into consideration is coaching. I feel like Frank Reich is a better coach than Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy did just lose some weight, so maybe.
But Mike McCarthy, oh no, he does call plays. I was gonna say he doesn't call plays, but I was gonna say Dan Quinn calls plays, but that's on defense.
Look on that.
With how bad Dallas's defense is on paper, Dan Quinn does an insane job. Insane job.
He was supposed to be a head coach last year. I think he turned it down or something, but he was getting looks. I mean, he deserved.
I mean, yeah, I think he's definitely kind of rejuvenated his career in Dallas, though. Now, speaking of Dan Quinn, he was in Atlanta. He was the Atlanta head coach.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, he knows Matty Ice. He knows his tendencies. That's a good defensive game for the Cowboys. Now, speaking of defense, do you think what did Trayvon Diggs had last year? He had 16 sacks, or not sacks, picks. 16, 15. I gotta look it up.
Short of the record.
I gotta look it up.
That's all I know.
Well, isn't the record like someone saying like 17?
Yeah. He was like just short, and he said he wanted to go for it.
11 interceptions. Do you think he replicates that? I want to say he almost has to.
I like him. I do. You ever see his little kid running around?
Yeah. You seen the video of he was like Dak Prescott's my favorite player, and then Dak Prescott walks in, he's like Patrick Mahomes.
I did not see that, but that's a dope little dude. But I think he does. I think that comes with the yardage, though.
Yeah, I think it's almost.
Thing.
I think it almost has to happen because you look at the only reason he had so many picks last year is because he gets targeted. Like the reason Jalen Ramsey doesn't have picks and Tre'Davious White and Jair, the reason they don't have so many picks is because they don't get thrown at.
Take that whole side of the field away.
That's in my opinion, I feel like quarterbacks go and be like, okay, I know Jalen Ramsey's on that side, so I'm gonna check to the left first. If nobody's open, then I'm gonna come over here. Right. Like I feel like throwing to that side is like last case scenario.
Yeah, because you already know as soon as that ball snapped, you already know that he's not open right away.
Yeah.
Like unless I don't know.
Whereas
unless
I feel like
in zone and you're running something that's scheming against zone.
Where I feel like where it comes with Trayvon Diggs is that's people's first look. I feel like, oh, Trayvon Diggs is over there. I know he can get beat, so I'm gonna look there first. And if I see a window, I'm gonna throw it. And I think Dallas, I think they lost their offense or the defensive line. They lost most of their defensive line, if I'm not mistaken. So I think what helped last year is they had good pressure, so you're forcing mistakes from the quarterback, which helps Trayvon Diggs. But I don't know. I feel like it comes with its plus and minuses. Yeah,
because he's already getting burnt in practice.
I did see a couple videos of him getting absolutely torched.
It's kind of funny because he's he gets on. NFL Network does that training camp live. He gets on there and they ask him about Stephon Diggs and like playing in the Super Bowl, Cowboys Bills this year, and he's like, yeah, he's not getting a single catch on me. And then the next day, a beat reporter will show him getting burnt by like their third string receiver. And then Diggs and Josh Allen went on there.
Josh Allen said, what did he say? He said
something crazy.
He said like 250 and 2 tutties.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, but
I mean, it's possible.
That's
the only thing is, I feel like giving Trayvon Diggs the benefit of the doubt. I feel like because it is his brother, and if I'm not mistaken, they train together in the off season. And because it's his brother, there's obviously that extra intensity just from the jump. It's like you obviously want to do better than your brother. And because he's your brother, you grew up with him. You know his moves. You know how he.
Yeah.
You know how he runs his route. You know how he sells his fakes. You know his tendencies. Like you know all that.
I mean, for their adds and losses, not many huge names, but I wanted to point out one, Kevontae Turpin. You hear about that guy?
I did not.
I wrote on here when they first signed him, I said a name to watch. He was undrafted in 2019, played in the USFL it's either USFL or XFL, I forget, whichever one.
Oh, this is the guy that took
receiver.
the
Yeah. Yeah, he won whatever that league was, USFL, XFL, whatever. He won the MVP. He's 26. He's like 5'8", 150. And he returned a kickoff for a touchdown, and he returned a punt for a touchdown.
I saw
quick little dude.
They were saying he like guaranteed a roster spot.
Oh my god, yeah. And that's just one of those great stories. Like I love to see something like that. That's insane. That's because if you watch him, he's just like this little dude,
like almost like Tavon Austin.
Yeah, get him on a highlight. Get him on a highlight reel.
He's already got 2.
Yeah, exactly, dude. More to come, hopefully. I mean, that's gonna be a fun guy to watch if he gets in.
Yo, yeah, no.
I hope he ends up. I mean, because they don't have much receiving. David Washington Lamb. They signed, but he just got hurt. I hope he gets in, other than like special teams.
What Michael Gallup? He's just hurt, right? And that so it's just CeeDee
Lamb. We already touched on a lot of this. Like, do you trust Mike McCarthy?
I think. I was going to say this when we were talking about Ron Rivera in the hot seat, but I wanted to wait till we got to the Cowboys.
Oh, yes.
I think Mike McCarthy's on the hot seat.
Definitely. If they don't do anything,
I think he's on the hot seat week 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was a bonehead play calling last year in the playoffs. That was insane. That just made no sense. He's definitely. I wouldn't say week 1, but I would say.
I'm saying that. I'm not saying he's gonna get fired week 1. Obviously, I'm saying the pressure's on from week 1. If you come out, obviously you have to take into consideration the first 2 games are very hard. Tom Brady and the Bengals. I think you have to take into consideration those 2 games, but from there into the bye, if you don't get to 500, because after the bye you have a very easy schedule, in my opinion. If you don't get into the bye over 500, at least 500, if not over, I think there you're starting to point some fingers.
Yeah, I think if the season goes the way I think it will, I don't think you said Mike McCarthy hot seat week 1. I think if it goes how once they lose those first 2 games against like playoff teams, then people are going to be like, this guy can't win.
Yeah.
High pressure situations or against playoff teams, which at the end of the day, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Win playoff games against playoff teams. And if you can't do that, week 3, you're starting to hear it on Twitter a lot.
I think another thing you have to think about is they already have someone who has head coaching experience behind him in Dan Quinn. So if he comes out and is like not doing it, like I think they're gonna have a very good year. I don't think he gets fired until they lose in the playoffs. Then they'll be like, all right, you can't take us to the Super Bowl, get out. I think worst comes to worst, I think Dan Quinn is the interim head coach at the end of the year. And I don't think that's unreasonable to say, because I think that puts a lot more pressure on McCarthy, knowing that you have somebody that can easily take your job right behind you.
Easily. I think, yeah.
Do you think that's why Dan Quinn didn't become a head coach? Because he's like, I know I can take Mike McCarthy's job.
Probably. I mean, that I don't know if that's the sole purpose, but I mean,
you see what he does with that defense. You think he can do that with you think he can do that with the offense?
I don't think he's going to be the one that calls the plays. I don't think he's going to take like that big of a head coaching role where he like calls the offensive plays.
I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think he called the plays in Atlanta.
I don't know, but was he on the 28-3?
Mm-hmm. I could be completely off here, and I don't want to look like a idiot.
I'm waiting for us here.
Was the Chargers head coach? Was he the Falcons offensive coordinator?
Daly?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about him. I think I do know that he was like, because whenever they bring up any like Sean McVay or any,
they go the coaching tree, and it's like Shanahan, McVay, Belichick.
It's like just all the young like good ass coaches. Yeah. He's probably on there, so he probably is somewhere connected.
Trying to pull this up quick, yeah. Bitch. Oh, here we go. Oh, this just shows me his head coaching stats. I want to see his full coaching history. Okay. No, he was the Rams defensive coordinator. He was in there. This is awkward. He was never with the Falcons.
Well, but that 1 year, I think.
Stop it.
Oh man. How long ago with the? Does that mean he's with the McVay tree?
He was
with the Rams.
He was with the Rams 2 years ago.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. We've been dragging.
Been going good.
Has been going good. Or Mark.
Oh golly, we still got
the Eagles to talk about.
We still got the. Oh no, I thought I was gonna say we still have two teams. I forgot we already did the. The Giants.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw out a quick ceiling and floor.
No, you know why I thought it was the Chargers head coach? Because I remember it was the offensive coordinator was somebody like significant. Sorry, throwing it back a couple minutes. The 28-3 Falcons offensive coordinator was Kyle Shanahan.
Yes, because he got interviewed about that.
Mm-hmm. And the quarterback coach was Matt LaFleur. And then Mike LaFleur. I don't know if he has a. I don't think.
Good job.
I think he does. I think he.
Oh wait! He's on the Packers somewhere. Is he?
Is he?
He's not special teams.
He's no. He was with the 49ers 2 years ago. Yeah, that's because it was like LaFleur against LaFleur. Now he's the Jets offensive coordinator.
Okay, yeah, because he
and then Mike McDaniel was also on that Falcons. Golly, that Falcons coaching staff was crazy. Dan Quinn, Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur, Mike LaFleur, and Mike McDaniel. I mean, there's more on here, but just going off just those, 4 or 5 alone, that's crazy. And they still lost.
Shout out again.
I feel like we bring that up every episode.
Him and James Lloyd. So shout out James Lloyd. Shout out James Lloyd. That's tough.
Shout out James Lloyd.
So I'll do a quick ceiling and floor. I think the ceiling for the Cowboys that comes out looks strong, and he was getting a lot of preseason hype because he's more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
He's running the ball more. I didn't really pay much attention to it, but I guess last season he was kind of like scared to run on that ankle. I guess
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I would be too. But I guess he looks more comfortable with running now. They're saying Zeke is in best shape of his life. They say that every year about anyone that is. If he comes out looking good, defense plays good again, they could win the division. I think their ceiling is winning the division, obviously.
You think they can make the Super Bowl?
I don't think they're as good as the Bucs.
You think they can make the NFC Championship? Assuming they're not the number one seed, which I feel like is almost a given.
Yeah.
They'd have to win, 2 games to make the NFC Championship? With if Mike McCarthy's the head coach, hell no.
It also depends on how the bracket.
That is true.
Like if they play like the Rams or some shit in like the first week.
I think I have them losing the first week of the playoffs, but
I think I do too.
I mean, that would mean?
But
it's almost a given though, to be honest.
Ooh, my floor for them is Dak comes out like wide receiver room looks really thin, so that could hurt them, and they could. I say their floor is they miss the playoffs, but like barely miss the playoffs. Like they're like 8 or 9 seed miss the playoffs.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't. They have to me, their schedule is too easy. I think they make the playoffs regardless. Really? I think the lowest for them is 9-8 sneak into the playoffs.
Like a Eagles last year.
Yeah.
And just get blown out.
Yeah.
Just get blown out in the first round.
Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of the Eagles, that's where we're at. Oh no, I'm pulling it up right now. So for me, I would have going back to the Cowboys. Forget the Eagles. For me, first round, I have them playing the Vikings.
I think it's a loss.
I think it is as well. They had already played in the regular season, but I do agree that is a loss. It would be in Dallas though. Does that make a difference?
Oh, slightly, but I think that's still a loss.
I can agree.
I think it's another Niners playoff. Not in that dramatic fashion, but
yeah.
All right, let's get into the Eagles.
The Eagles,
bro. I have the Eagles winning the division at 12-5. Jalen Hurts goes off. AJ Brown goes off. The chemistry's there. I don't know what to think about the running game. Miles Sanders probably still shit because he told everyone else to draft him in fantasy. So I took his word for it. Dallas Goedert probably goes off. Defense, lockdown.
Mm-hmm. So you have them at, what's that, 12-5?
12-5.
Winning the division. I have them as a wild card at 14-13 as well.
What the?
14-3. 14-3.
What the hell? This is a really top heavy division.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they always were, but holy.
I'm saying 14-3 and 2 of their losses coming to Dallas. I think the only other game is week 2 to the Vikings.
I have the Eagles splitting with every team in the division. And then
that is very likely.
I have them splitting, yeah.
But again, same thing with the Cowboys. To me, they have a very easy schedule.
They do. I have them losing to the Saints, and I have them losing at Arizona.
Those are 2 of the games. Those are the other 2 games where I'm thinking if they're going to lose 5 games, it's going to be those 2 teams. Because, Lions win. Commanders win. Jags win.
They have the Vikings week 2, but it's at home Monday Night Football. I have that as a win.
I have that as a loss. That's their only other loss.
Okay, yeah.
Steelers off the bye. They should win that.
Yes.
Texans win. Commanders, they play again. The Colts, I think that defense destroys that offense, and I think that offense matches up pretty well with that defense. Yeah. So I think they beat the Colts. The Packers, I'm iffy on the Packers.
That is a toss-up. I have them winning that, though.
Especially in Philly, I have them winning. Definitely. Tennessee, they should win that. Yeah. The Giants, they should win. Bears, they should win. The Cowboys, again, I have them losing. And then the Saints, I have them winning. And the Giants, I have them winning. But again, coming into those bottom 2 games against the Saints and Giants, they play the Cowboys week 16. If you win that game and you win the division, those 2 games shouldn't matter. I think, obviously, they'll probably put a good team against the Saints because you're playing for seeding at that point.
Yeah.
But against the Giants, I don't think anyone will play against the Giants.
I have them dropping all 3 of those games.
Really? Wow.
I thought
you have them dropping 18 in Philly.
Yeah.
See, I think you're taking into consideration they'll have the division locked up at that point. For me, I'm just taking it off face value. I feel like I'm not reading into it as much.
Because where are the Giants at before that? Oh, there.
The Giants would be at what? The Giants would be in that 3-4 win range.
I mean, the way I look at it is like all I'm gonna say is I have them splitting.
Yeah.
They could easily lose to the Giants in week 14 and then win in week 18.
I think that's very reasonable. I think this is the year though that you kind of see the Eagles take that step.
Definitely. If they don't, then something's wrong.
I think they had a very good year last year to sneak in the playoffs with a first-year head coach. They only got better.
And Jalen Hurts, that was his first
year. Only got better. I think the only thing that I could say that would make the Eagles better is they have health issues with the O-line.
Yeah.
So I think if your O-line can stay healthy or you bring in somebody new, and if they can bring in a running back. I like Miles Sanders. I don't think he's a 3-down back, though.
I thought they had a really good draft. Jordan Davis. Big old dog.
That is
huge.
That is a great pick.
And that video of him pushing that lineman back.
That was
Cam Jurgens.
That was Cam Jurgens,
Center
yeah.
from Nebraska.
Second
round
pick.
Too.
Or second round pick? Third round pick. I mean, and you have to like it, especially if you're an Eagles fan. Jason Kelce literally said, "I want you guys to draft him."
Yeah,
he is me.
Exactly.
So I think as an Eagles fan, you just have to be excited for that one.
Right. And Nakobe Dean, steal of the draft.
Especially because people were saying what he's going to need surgery. He was going to be out the first year. As far as I know, he's playing.
I don't think
he needs surgery. I don't think he's missing any time. As far as I know, he played in the preseason game.
I think so. I mean, I know one of the other main reasons for him not getting drafted that high was because of his size. But if you ask, like, that Georgia defense was elite. Like, maybe I could go as far as to saying that was the best defense we'll ever see. Not ever see, but that was the best college football defense we've seen, like, ever.
Oh.
That was an elite defense. If you look at the stats,
you're forgetting one. 2001 Miami.
I wasn't alive for that, but
I mean, I wasn't either. But if we just go, names on paper, 2001 Miami.
Dude. Looking back at that roster, that was insane.
But
okay, top 3, top 2 defense.
I don't follow college football like that, so. Considering you already forgot one, I'm not going to take your word for it and disagree with you.
I like to say I follow college football a little bit.
That's
but I mean, like, that was a really good defense. And if you ask like any of those guys they asked them like in the interviews like questions and shit, and they all said Nakobe Dean like ran that defense. That's why I don't know how you let that guy fall.
Ran it as in like he was the captain of the defense, or like ran it as in like he was the best player on the defense.
I don't know. I don't know the context, but that's just the quote.
I mean, in my opinion, I feel like it goes hand in hand. I feel like he was the captain. I feel like he was the best player.
I feel like isn't he a middle linebacker?
Yeah.
So he's right the same.
Yeah.
But like he was like kind of like what it was sounding like. That have this like powerhouse of a defense and one dude that's supposedly the best out of all of them.
Yeah, he was supposed to be. Weren't he supposed to be a first round pick?
Probably. I thought he was locked.
I
mean, him and Devin Lloyd, I thought were like best 2 linebackers.
And Devin Lloyd went first round. Nakobe Dean went what, 3rd, 4th round?
That's insane. That's insane to even sit here and think about that. I mean, I don't know. They also got a lot in free agency. Obviously, you're talking about the AJ Brown, James Bradbury, Son Reddick.
I'm still in pain from that one as a Panthers fan.
Yeah,
I'm still hurting a little bit. He was our best defensive player last year, and we.
He went to Temple, so that only makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Went to Temple, but I mean,
shout out Gio.
Shout out, man. Like he, but I mean, he was coached under Matt Rule, if I'm not mistaken, and he was our best defensive player. I want to know. I would assume we at least gave him a contract, and it was his decision to go to Philadelphia.
Probably.
Which, I mean, I can respect. Like, who wouldn't want to go play for a better team?
But I mean, I don't see them losing anybody. Maybe I missed some, but when I was looking through it, I didn't see any
big names
like, that jump off the screen. I mean,
not that I could think of.
But I mean, with adding all these guys, like I think they'll be fine. Like clicking year one.
I don't see a problem, especially because Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown were already good friends before they made the trade.
Feels like they have some good chemistry. But like we kind of touched on it a little bit. Like you can at the end of the day, yes, they have all these big name guys they just signed and drafted, but they're still the Eagles.
Yeah,
They're still the Eagles. And other than that one Super Bowl run, they do tend to disappoint.
I mean I feel like that's the thing with most Philly sports, and it's prominent because we live in Pennsylvania. Most Philadelphia sports fans expect a great season and are always disappointed. So I think it's almost kind of a given that they have some sort of struggle, but I think this is the year they turn around. Honestly,
Me too.
I think on paper they're they're head and shoulders clear Dallas, but to me Dallas is such a good regular season team, and they're good in the division, and the Eagles aren't, which is where I have Dallas just being the better team in the regular season, which I think in the playoff bracket I think works out for the Eagles. I mean,
yeah, because I think I have them going to like the NFC Championship.
Just a sneak peek right here. I have them first round in the wild card there. I have them playing the Packers, which I think that's a game they could win.
I completely forget who. I know I have them in the NFC Championship. It's like them and the Bucks in the NFC Championship. Bucks winning that.
See, I don't know how they work it out, but I have here. So the Eagles would play the Packers, and because the Eagles were wild card, it'd be in Lambeau, but I mean, if the 49ers can win, I think the Eagles can win at Lambeau. And then I think if I'm not mistaken, it has them lining up with the Buccaneers in the divisional round. Yeah, so it'd be Bucks, Eagles, Rams, Vikings in the divisional round for me. Which does Tom Brady's age catch up with him? You know, I don't think it's a question. I don't think it does.
I think Brady's one of those guys where
like I think especially because it's a repeat of last year going on the Bucks and the Eagles. I think it'll be a better game for the Eagles. Yeah. Last year they got destroyed.
Yeah, that was a bad game.
I think this year it'll actually be a competitive game. Yeah. But I really like the Eagles on paper though, but I mean the Bucks are just better.
I was gonna say about Brady, like usually you can see mainly with quarterbacks, I feel like you can see they're starting to get older.
Yeah, especially in recent years with Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger, exactly. Like you can just tell they just can't throw the ball anymore.
But I feel like Brady, no matter when he retires, I mean, obviously if he's pushing like the 50s, yes. But like actually he's like 45.
And I don't see, to me, I feel like it's the same thing with Russell Wilson and LeBron. They put so much money into them being healthy that I don't know. I think the arm power still be there, the accuracy, the IQ. I mean, it's whether he wants to play football.
Right.
In my in my opinion.
Yeah. Like I think he's one of those guys who whenever he retires, I know I will at least. I feel like everybody's gonna be like, he retired too soon. He had another year. Because I was saying that after this year. I mean, I think he retired. I think when he did his whole retirement thing and like faked it and all that, not faked it, but
what a Brett Favre.
Yeah, I think when that all happened, like I was the first one to say, why? Like he definitely could have. Like he was like what, second in MVP voting? I was pushing for him to win MVP. I thought he should have won over Rodgers. So I was saying the whole time, I was like, why are you retiring? Like you definitely have at least one more year.
Do you think he wants to end it on a Super Bowl? Why do you think he retired? To me, it just has to be he's been doing it. Yeah, I was about to say
probably because Giselle's whipping his ass.
I was gonna
because he makes more money than him.
I was gonna say he doesn't enjoy it anymore.
Oh no, he definitely enjoys that. He definitely enjoys it.
I mean, there's nothing more fun than going out there and beating guys that are half your age.
Exactly. I mean, I think he definitely enjoys it. I'm so serious when I say I sat him down and was like, all right, I make more money than you. I pay the bills around this house.
Yeah.
You're going to do what I say.
Exactly.
Brady
Yeah.
tucked his tail.
Okay.
It's like, no, Brady's the GOAT. Brady's the GOAT, all up. But, no, I was fucking around. But I think he definitely loves the game. I think that's why he came back.
I just feel like at some point you just get. He's been doing the same thing for 20 years now. Over 20 years. It's like.
I don't think that's something you can get bored of. How do you get bored in the NFL? I mean, maybe if you're as good as Brady and you're just like used to all it.
I mean, same thing with like Andrew Luck. I feel like Andrew Luck, yeah, he had the injury history, concussions, whatever. I think his was more of an injury thing than a falling out of love. But I feel like if you going on Andrew Luck, I feel like if you enjoy the game that much, I feel like what's a couple like obviously at the end of the day, concussions are huge. Your brain is like, but I feel like at the end of the day, if you enjoy it so much, why would you leave after a concussion? Especially at that young of an age, but. I don't know. I mean,
Luck didn't love the game.
That's not. I mean, hey.
I don't know.
You know how many people though are probably in the NFL or like in professional sports that just do it because it's an easy way to get paid.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you have that God-given talent,
yeah.
Would he become a millionaire? Yeah.
I feel like it's a big thing. It's like people just. It's one of those things. It's like people do it because they're good at it, not because they actually like it.
I mean, it's fun when you're young, but like once you're getting smacked.
Yeah.
That would get pretty old for me.
I was about to say, yeah, like being like, bro, especially being on like the Falcons in recent years or like the Lions, like in their history, or the Browns in their history. It's like, all right, I'm like, I can only take so much of getting my ass handed to me every game. Do you think the Eagles can win the Super Bowl this year?
Good question. Because that's my ceiling.
What, win the Super Bowl or make the Super Bowl?
Hurts takes a big leap year 2, I think, and they're Super Bowl contenders.
I don't want to say Super Bowl contenders.
I mean, I have them in the NFC Championship, so I guess.
I think they're in that. I feel like for the Super Bowl, you have 3 categories. You have A, B, C. A is teams that should win it or like have a very good chance. B are teams that could win it, have a fair chance, and C are teams that like are going to make the playoffs as a wild card, and you're just tossing them up there because they're in the playoffs. I feel like the Eagles are in that B tier. Like they could. I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm high on the Eagles.
I like the Eagles. I feel like I also have to live in Pennsylvania. It's kind of like, I don't want to say forced into me because obviously I'm a Panthers fan, but obviously if the Eagles don't have a good game, it's
that's all
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like the only reason I put them in B as like contenders is because I feel like there's going to be some inconsistency with Jalen Hurts still.
I love Jalen Hurts.
And the run game. I feel like there's inconsistency with the run game and inconsistency with Jalen Hurts. Which is crazy to say because
I think that just goes.
If I'm not mistaken, they were like one of the top 5, top 10 teams in running or in yards or whatever, running attempts or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know, I feel like they're lacking that Kareem Hunt running back.
Kenny and Drake.
I think the Eagles would definitely go for Kareem Hunt before they go for Kenny Drake, but I think if they throw Kenny Drake back there, I think it helps.
But Kenny Drake's one of those guys where you don't have to give up anything other than some money.
Yeah.
Because Kareem Hunt's a trade, so you got to give up. You got to find someone to give up for him. Kenny Drake, you just throw him some money, and he's already getting paid by the Raiders.
And I think he fits into that backfield perfectly. You have Miles Sanders, you have Kenny Drake. You have Kenny Gainwell. I think that's Boston Scott.
Boston Scott's in there somewhere, I think.
I think that's.
Check us maybe.
So I think if sign Kareem Hunt, or sorry, not Kareem Hunt, Kenyon Drake, I think he's easily going to get touches.
Oh yeah, I'd like Gainwell, but so I think it'll be a running back up by committee with 3 guys.
Yeah,
but all get pretty good.
Apparently, I don't know. I saw this a couple days ago. Apparently, Miles Sanders has some injury to him, and the Eagles are looking at that,
or
something like that.
Quad,
and apparently, Gainwell has been running with the first team.
Yeah,
I didn't know if that is due to Sanders' injury or if it's Gainwell's just like that.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Eagles have always been kind of like a, like other than like the Sean McCoy days. Like when have they had like a 3-down back, like a true 3-down back?
DeMarco Murray for a season.
For a season, yeah. But like I feel like it's always been like you get a couple thrown at you here and there throughout the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see. I don't got anything else. I think that's just about everything for me.
We're about an hour and a half. This is a long one. Well, the Eagles fans gotta stay the whole episode to watch.
So I said they're gonna hear the Commanders and be like, oh no, they're gonna hit the Giants. They're gonna skip. They're gonna hit the Cowboys and the Eagles. And be like, okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. Raps.
That is reps. Doses.